day of Black Lives Matter came out, it made us come together as a people. Now afterwards,
dehumanizing.
yes, there was some things where the money went. There were some things where it was used in order to push us to the Democratic vote. There were people behind it involved. That happened, but the general feeling. So when I said that, and I questioned the death of George Floyd, it hurt my people. It hurt the Black people. So I want to apologize to hurting them, because right now God has shown me by what Adidas is doing and by what the media is doing, I know how it feels to have a knee on my neck now.
Oh my God, bro, that's so bad, dude. That is insane. I don't even know if can Kanye stands can a Kanye stand that's like still a stand, I guess, like explain to me, like, do you think that this is a good apology? Do you think this is even an apology at all? Because he literally did turn around the entire video. Like, he's basically saying, like, I apologize because my money was taken from me and like that's God punishing me. Let's just watch the full video because it's psychotic.
Humanizing or stereotypical allegations.
Fatty Doinks, thank you for the 7 gifted subs.
Jews as such, or the power of Jews as a collective, such as, especially, but not exclusively. This sounds like a mythical battle.
What was that?
All right, so it says, think about it, that sounds like the type of wording that's in the contracts, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it says, such as, especially, but not exclusively, the myth about a world Jewish conspiracy or of Jews controlling the media, economy, government, or other societal institutions.
But isn't that what you said? That Jews run everything?
Yeah, but that actually is considered to be anti-Semitic.
Right.
So I didn't realize that it was.
Dude, it's so funny. Marjorie Taylor Greene and Kanye had the exact same reaction. Like, when called out for their anti-Semitism, they behaved like babies. They're like, yeah, I didn't realize. Like, what are you, a baby, dude? You're like almost 50, dog. That's crazy to me. Ooh, my bad. Oopsie.
Was anti-Semitic.
Which, by the way, it's not even the end of this because he does continue to say some more unhinged shit.
Say, hey, you know, I have a Jewish attorney, I have a Jewish record label, I have a Jewish contractor, I have a.
Do you regret your statements?
Or the statements you think you should be walking back? I mean, considering.
What do you mean walking back?
Well, you know, backing up off of them. I mean, the thing is, you've lost a lot of endorsements. People are dropping you. You're getting, vilified. I mean, you might think you're right, but I think, there's a whole world out there that's condemning you for what you said.
Okay, so this right here is a chart of Universal Studios 20.
Oh, dude, he literally goes, oh, are you apologizing? Does that mean you understand what you did? He goes, nah, just kidding. Look at this list of Jews I have. Like, he literally pops off with the red chart, dude. You guys have seen it on this broadcast. I showed you, like, what a fucking, what these psychotic Nazis have. He literally is pulling up poll memes, dude. He goes, nah. Watch me pull a fucking Joe Rogan from my meme folder. His meme folder full of anti-Semitic conspiracies. Oh no.
20th Century Fox, ABC News, CBS News, Columbia Pictures, Warner Brothers, ESPN Sports, Fox News, Washington Post, Metro Goldwyn Mayer, MTV Music Television, Nickelodeon, USA Today, Wall Street Journal.
What I'm taking away from this is that Kanye now understands what anti-Semitism is and accepts that he is anti-Semitic. Yes. He literally said, I apologize for offending people by being anti-Semitic. And like, here is the direct conspiracy theory that is declared anti-Semitic. And then followed it up and it said, no, I'm not apologizing, actually. Here are all the Jews.
Comedy Central, NBC Entertainment, Google, what else do we have? Disney, ABC Kids and Family, YouTube, Los Angeles Times, Discovery Network, Paramount Pictures, Facebook.
Are you telling me everyone doesn't have a list of every Jew they know? Or like just a list of Jewish people?
Huffington Post, Yahoo, Marvel, Hulu, Cosmopolitan, Time, Touchstone, Associated Press, Pixar, Miramax, HBO, New York Post, LucasArts, MSNBC, DreamWorks Animation. Now, the thing is, I skipped over maybe about 5 of them because it was just unclear on this list. The red are...
What does unclear mean? Like, he looked at the Excel spreadsheet and was like, are they a Jew? Are they not a Jew? I don't know. Kind of unclear to me. The list doesn't specify. Also, half of those companies are owned by the same person, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, half of those companies, he literally wanted to, whichever Nazi that made this wanted to spread it out so hard that they were literally like, he mentioned like Disney 11 times because Disney owns 11 of those companies, okay?
The executives that are Jewish at these companies.
He's so, look at him. He's so happy. He's like, he feels like he has encountered a hidden truth or something. He's checking his list twice like Nazi Santa. No, I told you. I've seen that meme before, bro. If you are someone who watches right-wing psychos and Nazis and shit, you have seen that list. I showed you this list like 2 weeks or last week when Kanye was first talking about Jews in the media, as people were using that list to defend Kanye West. West sub ever debunks the who runs the media chart? No shot. The maker of this infographic used several tricks to artificially paint it red. Trick 1, list every person as unclear ethnicity if, say, Wikipedia doesn't state that they're Jewish. Instead of applying the far more likely conclusion that this person is probably not a Jew. By the way, what is this debunking? Like, what if they're all Jews? Here's why Nazi conspiracy is so fucking nefarious and so fucked up and hard to and very difficult to deal with. Even if that entire list is Jewish, like, that's psychotic, dude. What are you doing? You're debunking like the reverse Schindler's List? Like, what the fuck is happening here? And I know these people mean well, okay? But like, you have to understand, even if these people mean well, like, it's a losing battle.
Was that what happened?
Well, what I said is, hey, you know, I've had experiences where it felt like I was being teamed up.
Can you imagine a different universe where Kanye West, in his fucking unique state of mind, instead of reading like 4chan poll memes or whatever the fuck, he decided to read Lenin? I mean, I'm just saying, dude. Could have been fucking sick.
And I didn't realize that term would be considered to be anti-Semitic. So I had a mediation.
Because ultimately, his mind is like an empty canvas, okay? His issue was that he learned wrong things. His issue is that someone gave him psychotic, hateful conspiracy theories as the hidden truths. That's the issue.
Today, and I think Adidas felt like because everyone else was ganging up on me that they had the right to just take my designs, and I feel like
I gotta pee. I'll be
right
back.
now. I feel like that was in Christianity. We don't say karma. We say you reap what you sow. And I feel like this is God humbling me right now because there's two things that are happening. A lot of times when I would say, "Oh, I'm the richest black man," it would be a defense that I would use for the mental health conversation. To say, "Oh, you guys say I'm crazy, but look at this. I made money."
That's what I said.
But that is not godlike to be showing off. So if it's not godlike, then God will take that because it's all the church's money, right? So what's happening right now is I'm being humbled. Another thing that's happening is by me being burned to the flesh every single day, it's actually proving what I had to say. So when I went to the mediation, what I want to say is, like, black people are like, okay, Lex Friedman got you to apologize, Pierce Morgan got you to apologize to the Jews, but you never apologized to us about the George Floyd comment that made us feel bad. Now the thing is, okay, I see that video as a black person, it hurts my feelings, and I know that police do attack, and America is generally racist. And I understand that when we got to say Black Lives Matter, that the idea of it made us feel good together as a person, as a people, right? When let me say it so the soundbite is better for you guys. When the idea of Black Lives Matter came out, it made us come together as a people. Now afterwards, yes, there were some things where the money went. There were some things where it was used in order to push us to the Democratic vote. There were people behind it involved. That happened. But the general feeling, so when I said that,
people are such fucking simps for Kanye too. Like, they're so desperate to like defend Kanye West that they will look at like even the marginal sound bites and be like, oh man, actually, like, you know, he did apologize. What else are you looking for? It's like, no, I don't think he's actually apologetic. It's so crazy.
And I question the death of George Floyd.
Like even his epiphany revolves around capitalism. His epiphany is that like God took his money away to punish him. And that's when he found out that he was in the wrong. It's like, bro, why didn't you listen to humans? Like the people around you. Bro, I'm banning you. You've only fucking... Dude, stop. I'm banning you. I don't... It's gross.
It hurt my people. It hurt the black people. So I want to apologize to hurting them, because right now God has shown me by what Adidas is doing and by what the media is doing, I know how it feels to have a knee on my neck now.
This part was insane and unhinged. God took his money away to teach him what's what, and now God sent Adidas to take his money away from him, and it's the same as George Floyd. That's a psychotic take, bro.
See, oh, you smart as shit.
So I thank you, God, for humbling me.
There you go. You don't need to look at the comments for a fucking Kanye simp. That's how the most normal Kanye simp operates.
And letting me know how it really felt. Because how could the richest black man ever be humbled other than to be made to not be a billionaire in front of everyone off of one comment?
Seeing everything off of like this narrow framework of like God individually coming down to punish you is such a wild fucking take. However, because it is within the confines of him being a religious man, even if he's using religion as like a selling point here, even if he's not authentically religious, which he might not be, right? Or maybe he is. I don't give a fuck. The point is, because it is being sold through the narrative of God and religion, motherfuckers are like, yo, you're spitting, dude. You're spitting the truth, king.
That actually, if you look at the definition of DEFCON, it means to get extra defense, which obviously I must have needed.
Yeah.
I must have needed that extra defense.
Are you worried you ruined your legacy, Kanye?
How, Frank? Well,
Stop.
I'm not worried. I'm just not worried, period. God is alive. Amen. God runs the world. Amen. You know, God even runs Hollywood.
Amen.
God is alive. Amen. And he's using me right now. He chose me for such a time like this to basically for the media to put their knee on my neck, for Adidas to put their knee.
That's so gross, bro. Like going from $1 billion to like what, $300 million because you said you went on a fucking anti-Semitism tour on every platform you could go on for a month is not the same as a fucking police officer putting his knee on the neck of George Floyd and executing him, dude. That is so nasty, dude. That's so disgusting. The anti-blackness within that take is so fucking aggressive, dude. Like, I know he's like, Kanye is saying he's apologizing for it, even though he clearly isn't sorry for it. He just showed you a list of Jews in the media, right? And I know a lot of people would just like hear what they want to hear and then turn around and probably get mad at me and say, oh, how dare you say Kanye, a black man, is being anti-black, fuck you. But no, it is an insanely fucked analogy in this situation.
On my neck. All I ever wanted at Adidas, I left Nike because Nike wouldn't give me a percentage for my shoes, and I had the Red October, and my girlfriend at the time was pregnant, and I needed to get some money, because if I was the kid that just had the red shoes, I could have never been a black man wearing a red hat.
Right.
When the like Nike would have shut me down immediately, right? But because Adidas was a German company, it gave me a little bit more room to be able to express myself and to actually have a political opinion as an American, that I wasn't forced into a political opinion because of the color of my skin. Now let's talk about the red hat, and let's talk about the similarities to the White Lives Matter t-shirt. The thing about the red hat,
dude, it's the funniest thing is like if enough dudes are glazing you, you just always think you're spitting. And that's the situation in this right now in front of you, is like he is ambushed by his simps and he literally just thinks he's just like, oh man, I'm so fucking fire right now. I got absolute bars for everybody. Like you can tell, like, he's just like, oh man, I'm so good. I'm so fucking good right now. Look at the positive response I'm getting from everyone around me. Not recognizing that, like, you know, not a single point he made is apt or adequate.
That drove me to a point of exhaustion, which was misdiagnosed by a, I'm not going to say what race, what people, doctor, and what hospital, and what media went to. We know I can't say that.
Also, ultimately, like, as much as I have myself have also glazed Kanye a little bit as like a musical genius, a unique talent or whatever, okay? Like, he's not that smart. Like, moments like this are almost like when you find out that your parents are not godlike figures, you know what I mean? It almost feels like that. If you loved Kanye West growing up, like, and you watch him right now, you're like, oh shit, I just literally realized, like, the veil has been pierced and I totally can see it. Like, he just has like a childlike brain. Maybe that's the reason why he was creative. But like, he just straight up sounds like a fucking idiot. I mean, he is. He's not very smart. He's a stupid person. I'm just going to say it, okay? What he is trying to describe here in the most petty fashion is how a stupid person would try to shield their ideas while still trying to hammer on that narrative. With respect to that, I would go so far as to say even Candace Owens is smarter than he is, because at least Candace Owens knows what not to fucking say. It's crazy noticing his brain gear is almost grinding to a halt when he's trying to be minimally coherent.
What hospital and what media went to. We know I can't say that. It was a Jewish doctor that diagnosed.
Yeah, he can't stop himself. He literally cannot stop himself, bro. He cannot stop himself. He has to fucking say it. That's crazy to me, bro. That is absolutely insane.
Of having a disorder that would have had me on medication right now. At a time like this, if I was on medication right now, then one pill could have been swapped out and it would be Michael Jackson and Prince all over again. But because I didn't take the misdiagnosis and I didn't take the medication, I'm able to speak to you guys.
He's so real for this. Yeah, dude, he's so real.
Clear of thought and transparently. Now let me talk about the red hat. Wearing the MAGA hat the way that Hollywood's political agenda attacked me and put me to a point of exhaustion was death by 1,000 cuts. Everyone would say something to me, from a driver to my ex-wife to Adidas. Everyone would say something. So
yeah, like, but of course that wasn't, you know, a moment for clarity for Kanye West. That was just a grand conspiracy of people out to get him. It's like, bro, yeah, no wonder everyone around you was like, bro, what are you doing? Stop. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Which only forced him to double down harder because he just has no fucking way of processing this information. He just has no way of being like, oh, maybe I am not the infallible godlike deity I fancy myself to be. You want to come say what up? I'm talking about Kanye and his latest video where he's going balls to the wall. Oh, yeah, you're Jewish. No, say it now. Say it now. I silenced you.
It's interesting to see how this is gonna play out.
He's Jewish. Yeah, he's going balls to the wall. He like had like a fucking list of like Jewish executives that like. It's a classic 4chan like Nazi meme that I've seen a million times over. He pulled it out and he was like, I call them red media now because of this list, right? Look at all the Jews that are executives in media companies. And the list is like fucking bullshit anyway.
Yeah, it's not accurate, right?
No, of course it's not accurate. But like, even if it was, even if like there were a boatload of Jewish executives, like who gives a fuck? Like what the fuck? They're not operating on the boundaries of Judaism. They're operating on the boundaries of capitalism. They're capitalists. He also said, he now knows when Adidas pulled out, he now knows what it's like to have a knee on his neck. Like referencing George Floyd. It's really fucked up. I'm not going to ask 24K if he would still get on the track to do a feature. No, dude, why are you doing that? Why are you? No, don't worry about it. You don't have to answer that.